Hello, Latin Chronicles. This is Dami Rivera, and right now I have the goddess, the legendary Griselle Ponce. And honestly, Griselle, looking at you, it it humbles me a lot because I started with Mr. David Melendez, and he introduced me to people like you when I was young, and I never believed I would be able to talk to you today because a lot of people don't realize not many of us have been in the scene long enough, but a person my age to talk to you, it's the let's say passing of the torch because all of the knowledge you have and all of the experience, I see it, and honestly, it's amazing to finally talk to you.
Thank you.
Yes, and recently I saw you were in South Carolina. Am I correct?
That is correct. I flew in today from South Carolina.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That is truly hard work. Like, you literally just came from South Carolina right off the plane, right to the Salsa Mania 5th anniversary.
That's correct.
And
I flew right in and came up the elevator right into teaching my class.
oh
Yes.
my
They were
God.
waiting for
Yes,
me.
honestly, I mean, Salsa Mania tonight was packed. People were just asking about you, honestly, and it's truly invigorating. I mean, it's a sense of pride in our scene because, to be honest, a lot of people hold you to such a high regard. And I've seen when you perform, just the look in people's eyes, they're just not just in awe. They're just like, it's almost like seeing a figure that they truly admire and love. Like, love is a truly passionate word, but I can say is that when you perform, it's love. And it really is inspiring, not just to the dancers now, but the new generation. And I mean, I've seen you ever since the years in Caribbean Soul.
Yes.
I mean, and those there, oh my God, long time, but honestly, I've seen everything from that, and it just gets better and better and better. And I think too, I don't know if you see, is that you are breeding a new generation of females who are just fierce, have attitude, but also humility is one thing that sometimes lack in certain dancers because sometimes the object of fame can come into play. But I think a lot of women who've been able to take your classes, listen to you, and watch you, they take something from you. And I mean, to be honest, in New York, you are a legend because no matter how many people watch you, someone is just in awe of you. Someone just, I can see when people watch you, it's just like, wow, it's an experience almost. And I wanted to know at least for yourself, what advice can you give to not just the females, new females entering into the scene, but just dancers in general? Is there any advice you could give to them?
Yes, absolutely. So, first of all, thank you
Yes.
for everything you just said about me. It feels so good to hear it. um,
Yes, and this is Ishmael Otero as well.
Ismael is here and he is the man responsible for Griselle Ponce for teaching me and bringing me into this amazing world of dance, and I owe him everything for it. And I am
Wait, let me rephrase that. I didn't teach her. I brought out what she already had inside.
Yes,
Yes.
you brought out. Yes, I can't even say it again because you say it in such high regard.
yes. So, you asked me if I can give an advice to people, and what I've learned from Mr. Otero has been to just be you
Yes.
and be original and to have fun. More than anything, you have to enjoy what you're doing. You have to really think about what's dancing for you, right? When you hear the music, what does it make you feel? And it should be happy. It should be just enjoyment. It should be a connection, you, the music, and your partner, or you, if you're dancing solo, just really you connecting you and the music and what it means to you. Because today, most people are dancing to show off. Most people are dancing because someone else is watching. And I don't mean as far as performance. We
Yes.
perform so others watch. That's not what I mean. I mean performance as far as social dancing.
Yes.
Just dance with your partner, look at each other, connect with each other, enjoy. Don't think that you have to do everything you've learned on the dance floor. It's not important. You need at least 5 steps. You need a basic, you need your right turn, you need a crossbody lead, and you may need, to know maybe a shine or two, but you don't need anything else in order to be a good dancer. Everything else is extra. As far as what you said, as far as humility, I grew up in a very humble family, very, very humble, and I would never forget that. Plus, we are who we are because of the people
Yes.
that make us. And so if we're not humble, then we're not for them.
And
You
those are
know?
words that hold so much weight, strength to them, because a woman who has such a definition of just class to her, a lot of women look up to you, and men as well, because the one thing I can say is I hear overall is that body movement.
Yeah.
It's like A1. It's something that cannot be touched or duplicated. People can learn it, but only one can do it. And I see is that I notice is when you teach your dancers to not be like you, but almost be better
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
find something in themselves. And we realize is in the New York salsa scene, it's kind of what have you done for me lately, in a sense. From
Yes.
I would quote from Janet Jackson,
Yeah.
but I can say this: you are a woman that is timeless. Your
Oh,
art is
thank you.
timeless, and this is coming from a person who's watched you many years, because I was 10, 11 years old, being thrust into the scene, and even being in the LA Congresses.
By the
and
way,
so,
when you were 10, 11, I was only 12. So,
Ah. yes, you've heard that.
Yes.
Yes, you did. And honestly, I've watched you ever since, and you inspire me so much, not just for body movement or technique, but as a dancer who should be of now. Now, at my age of 25, my goal is to inspire people just like you have. Not just with my dancing, but with my words, because a lot of people want to learn dancing, but then they don't understand discipline. And to be honest, I love that with you, you're so humble and social with everyone, because sometimes the definition of cliques in the scene can be kind of used all around, but I love is that you speak to everyone, you dance with everyone, you choose to just interact and just be yourself, like you said. And that right there is a true definition of a legend, because you
Thank
leave a
you.
legacy, no matter how small or how large, you left a legacy. And to be honest, I see these new generation of ladies dancing. It's just with a lot more pizzazz, a lot more strength, a lot more just sazon, the flavor.
Sazon is the right word.
Yes, and I tell you this is years from now, Griselle Ponce, we should almost have a mental statue in a sense of you, because coming from a person who's watched you over the years, it just keeps getting better and better. You set the bar higher and higher. So I think a lot of women and men who listen to this interview of us should see is that the one thing I can carry from you and I can still hold to me is be you. Don't worry about being the next person.
Yes,
Be you, because you only have yourself.
that's right.
And we realize is we're taught by many, many people, and our teachers, their overall goal should be is to learn from me but become better than me.
Absolutely.
Because we don't need duplicates.
Yes.
We need people that are gonna further this generation into pushing the limits and pushing the bars even more. And one thing I can say before at least we go is one thing I admire so much about every routine you've done from the beginning till now is the movement on the floor. I love is that you don't need tricks to capture an audience. And I will say that because it was people like yourself that I watched when I was younger that made me realize we do not need the tricks and flips to entertain a crowd. And the less footing on the floor takes it just away time from the music. And I can say is that I hope till this day that you continue to inspire people because you have so much more to give. And I think everyone, it's in a sense, it's the Mr. Miyagi kind of Karate Kid sense is you are the person that people should always listen to and understand because it's not about just doing it for me. You have to do it for a greater purpose.
Yeah.
So at least,
Absolutely.
it's an honor again to speak with you, Miss Griselle Ponce. And at least before we go, is there any last words you would like to leave us?
Sure. I'm extremely grateful that you're doing this interview. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you're sharing this knowledge, to others through the
Yeah.
audio. I totally love this concept as
Yes.
well. And I'll just leave you with this, dancing is not my life, right? Dancing is my passion. But because it's my passion, I want to share what I do most naturally, what I do with most love. And I want to share it. And the only way to share it is to giving it all. So I have to give you 100% of what I know in order for me to get it re-inspired to keep growing. And so when I share all of me to my students, to my audience, to my friends, to my family, that's when they see the true Griselle. And I think that's what projects when I'm performing, when I'm teaching.
Yes.
I believe that's what most people see, and that's the realness about who I am. So be you
Yes.
once again, really important because we need inspiration, and so we need the new talent, we need the newcomers to come and be original and have something, innovate, because innovation is always great, so you must innovate, and but be yourself. When you go out there and you be yourself, you don't have to worry about anything because now you don't think with with the mind, you only think with the body, and when you think with the body, it's magic.
Yes. And again, those are words of wisdom. And I want to thank you, Grisel Ponce. And on behalf of Latin Chronicles, we cannot wait for the future projects you have. And people stay tuned because this is definitely not the last you have heard of Grisel Ponce.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Good night.